Welcome back again. Today we will cover core components and native components in React Native. In React Native, a core component refers to a set of built-in UI elements by the framework that developers can use to build their application. A native component, on the other hand, refers to a component that interacts with platforms like iOS and Android code. React Native has many core components for everything. As we said before, core components are the building blocks that React Native provides. They represent common UI elements and abstraction that work across platforms, both iOS and Android. This is some of example of core components in React Native. We have a view component. It's a container for other elements. It's like div in web. And also we have text, image, we have a button component, and also we have a text input. It's an input field for text. And also we have a flat list. It's for rendering a list of items. Scroll view component for adding scrolling capabilities to a component. In React Native, we have many components. We will cover it in the next courses. These core components allow developers to write code that works on both platform iOS and Android without modifications. This table shows the equivalent of React Native component across different platforms. For example, we have Vue in React Native component. On the other hand, in the Android, we have Vue group. And in iOS, it's right with UI view. In the web, we have div. It's a container that supports layout with flexbox and style. It's the same thing in React Native. We have text, Android text view, iOS UI text view. In the web, we have p. Displays style and nested string of text, and even handler. And it's the same for the other components. This table demonstrates different components across multiple platforms. Native components. In Android development, we write Vue in Kotlin or Java. In iOS development, we use Swift or Objective-C. With React Native, we can invoke these views with JavaScript using React component. At runtime, React Native creates the corresponding Android and iOS views for those components, because React Native components are backed by the same views as Android and iOS. There are two main types of native components in React Native. Built-in native components. They are components that ship with React Native and internally interacted with native code. For example, activity indicator, picker iOS, and switch. Custom native components. These are components that developers create for extend the React Native's functionality. These involve writing native code in Swift Objective-C for iOS and Kotlin Java for Android, and integrating it with React Native using bridges. Let's move to our Visual Studio Code and open our last project. It's First App. If you don't know how to create a project, take a look in a previous video in our playlist React Native Beginner. Open this file, app.js, and as you notice here, we have different components. These core components, it's imported from React Native library. So, as we said before, React Native library offers us multiple components that we work with it into our React Native project. So in our function, we return a view component. Inside that view, we have text and static bar components. As you notice here, our view have a style, props, and we will talk in the next videos more about styles in React Native.